Imagine this for a moment. What if the secret to overcoming life's biggest challenges isn't found in pushing harder, but in stepping back? What if rest wasn't an afterthought, but a strategy? What if you woke up each morning without that familiar heaviness in your chest, without that voice in your head screaming, "You're already behind"? What if you had energy not just to survive the day, but to actually enjoy it? What if your relationships deepened, your creativity flourished, and your faith grew stronger, simply because you learned the art of stepping back, slowing down, and being present? That's what intentional rest makes possible. It's not about laziness. It's not about quitting. It's about creating space to breathe, to heal, and to reset so you can live with resilience, clarity, and purpose.